Alright, the nonsense has gotten to a level where it is, legitimate questions. Share this. Share this live stream. Yesterday, I came out to the sheriff's department in order to try to find the answers to some of my questions that I still had. One of them, the most major question needing to be answered, was why Lafayette County felt in such a way to obstruct justice through not complying with a public records request. I've submitted multiple public records requests over the past month, 2 months, and it was through those public record requests that I was able to further understand and really get to the bottom of everything, what I know. Now, where we're at currently at this point is showing the undeniable proof. I feel that I've got undeniable proof, especially through the negligent acting, the refusal to act, the refusal to cooperate from the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department. Here's the thing. I know that there are several, probably a great majority of the deputies over here are great law-abiding citizens, deputies. The big problem that I've seen firsthand with both Oxford Police Department, or Oxford police officers, and Lafayette County Sheriff's deputies is they're being pinned in the middle of a dilemma. They took an oath, the same oath that I did when I joined the Marine Corps back at the end of 2007. They took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, the law of the land. And they're having to choose between following the unconstitutional orders that are given by their supervisors and the unconstitutional orders that are put in place by way of law, which is really lawlessness, passed the Board of Aldermen and ultimately by the mayor. And our founding fathers, the ones who drafted and signed the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution, they were rolling in their grave at how brutally they slaughtered the rights of an innocent American. That the only thing that he truly did was stood up against the tyrannical moves in defense of the Constitution and our constitutional rights. The very oath taken in December of 2007. The very oath that has no expiration date. I took an oath. I'm no longer in the Marine Corps. But there is not one part in that oath that says that it applies only until I exit. I wrote a blank check to the government for an amount up to and including my life. When I had the courage to sign up and to join the ranks of the Marine Corps. When I signed up, I didn't know where they would be sending me. They didn't send me overseas. I would have loved to. But here's the thing. I requested through one of my public record documents, the Sheriff's Department disclosed, and this was I wanted the investigative report. I wanted the actual police report that generated the warrant for leading up to my arrest, May 26th, 2017. They gave me a report that was created on May 30th, 2017, coincidentally the day that I had my bond hearing, where the door was closed to the courtroom and a sheriff's deputy met with a justice court judge behind those closed doors for approximately 10 minutes prior to coming out, reading the charge. I told the judge I wanted to address the court so that I could show how the state had absolutely zero evidence, nothing presented to back up their sham accusation, and that I in fact had proof that would 100% exonerate me and prove that I couldn't possibly have done it. The judge's response was that I had the right to remain silent. I'm through being the nice guy, because it's my rights on the line here. At the end of the day, this continues to get gapped off, and my statute of limitations expires, and I lose the ability to do anything about this. It's nothing. It's nothing off of their back. Nothing. I will have been lost to the system. Framed politically. Turn back around. Framed politically in order to usher in the election of a female Democrat mayor that clearly it was decided upon well in advance that she was going to become Oxford's 36th mayor. Coincidentally, her husband, being an attorney, was the attorney for my ex and her original child custody case. My child was kept from me for about 2 months the first time, back in 2016. And at the middle of May, around May 15th, there was an Oxford Board of Aldermen meeting where I had requested to address the board and the current mayor, Pat Patterson, in regards to the state flag being taken down on city property. Without any such say by the constituents in Oxford, Mississippi. I believe strongly that if you take state-funded tax dollars, if you take tax dollars from the state, it should be an obligation. It shouldn't even be a point of contention. It should be an obligation to fly the state flag. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's for them to do the right thing. I'm asking for a little bit of transparency. Not a little bit, I'm just asking for transparency. Especially on a document that proves, that says that Sheriff's Investigator Jared Bundren received a phone call on May 24th, 2017, which was what led to my framed charge of being charged with aggravated stalking, saying that on or before May 8th, 2017, that I put the Lynches in fear of their life with an AR-15 that I didn't purchase until May 20th. The affidavit no shit reads that on or before May 8th that I put them in fear of their life at their residence, which I have no clue where they could even possibly live. Don't care to know. It's not something that a conservative does. But it is something that a liberal does, and they'll even go to the extent of trying to say that you knew where they lived and went out there and get out of here with that garbage. Share this, please. Because I'm telling you, this affects you just as much as it affects me. I met with Joey East, sheriff over here at Lafayette County, almost 2 weeks ago. And it was then that the sheriff told me that the reason why they weren't complying on the public records request for that document, or for that recorded phone call, was because it was making them look bad. That riding with the outlaw was making them look bad. I'm not trying to make them look bad. I'm trying, as I've said since the beginning, I know they're great officers and we need them. But we need to get the corrupt actors the hell out. I simply want the information that proves A, who was behind making that call on May 24th? Who was it? Because from what I've already gathered, from the public documents, from the public request, this was a sham to silence me, to get me gone, to prevent political ramifications from coming out the hopper that quite easily would have had implications on the incoming mayor, or the mayor-elect, who would have been elected June the 6th. Coincidentally, June 6th, let's look at that day. May 22nd, the husband of the mayor files a civil action for an injunction, and he files that in circuit court on behalf of his wife, which already should have been a conflict of interest. And I need to look at the legality of this. Maybe there's no ethics concerns here. But how is it that a spouse can be the attorney of their spouse? Can file injunctions, can file whatever on behalf of their spouse as their spouse's attorney. And if there's no actual moral dilemma with that currently, as far as the Bar Association goes, there definitely should be. And if you want to know why there should be, I'm going to advise you to go to ridingwiththeoutlaw.com and look in the vault. Look at the restraining order, the petition for a restraining order that was taken, or that was filed by Ray Tannehill on behalf of Robin Tannehill, with Robin Tannehill's sworn affidavit. It is so disgustingly written. They are hate bashing me in that restraining order for constitutionally protected activity, and not just constitutionally protected activity, but that which all citizens should engage in. Talking about, I mounted an aggressive online campaign. Did the judge even read the restraining order? Or was it that he had so much sway that whatever he wrote, they would just sign off on? I don't know. Is it maybe the fact that people generally don't request these documents to actually see what was written? How you doing, Deputy?
How you doing, man?
Good. I'm looking for Joey East.
He's around here somewhere.
I know. This truck's right there.
I didn't see him off the station or something.
I got you. I would like to speak to him. If you happen to see him, I would like to speak with him. I need to get the answer to something on my arm. I need to get the answer to a few questions.
Okay.
So, Joey East. How you doing, sir? I needed to get a little Q&A with you. You don't do Q&As? Well, can you answer a few questions for me?
No, I can't.
Why is the county not wanting to comply on the public records request? You told me
I'll have to ask the county. Man.
You told me that if I submitted it, y'all would comply. That was the last time that we spoke.
I told you we'd look at it.
You said no. You said that we'll comply. You said submit it and we'll comply. Why haven't I gotten?
Matthew.
Why haven't I gotten the? Really, Sheriff, is this really the position you're going to take? Why won't you even answer that?
Ambushes, so.
Look, hey, y'all will not respond to anything, any email, any public records request, anything. I want to know why. I am holding our county officials accountable for this. You know I was framed. We've already had that discussion, Joey. You know I was framed. Huh? That was one of your ringleaders right there. That was one of your ringleaders right there.
Matt, did you plead guilty?
You know that y'all coerced me.
Did you plead guilty?
Y'all coerced me under stress and used my daughter.
I did.
Yeah, y'all twist. No, the Tannehills did. Is who really did it.
Ask something. Did you plead guilty?
The,
Did you plead guilty?
I followed
That's
the
a fair
sham
question. Ride
advice.
with the outlaw.
Okay, well,
Did
hey,
you plead guilty?
why are y'all trying to protect? Who are you trying to protect? Is it that there's no call that came in, or is it that there's somebody like Robin Tannehill or Ray Tannehill that's on that call? I want to know.
Did you plead guilty?
Who's on the call?
Did you have an attorney? And did you
Who's
plead
on the
guilty?
call?
I don't
Was
know
there
what
a
you're
call
talking
or was there
about,
not a
man.
call?
I don't know what
It
you're
was,
talking
but it
about.
was on the police
I
report
think
that I
you
got
probably
from May
need to
30th.
Whatever medicine you're on, I think you need to go
Really?
take medicine or something.
Really?
because I don't understand what you're talking about.
The response of the
You
sheriff.
pled guilty.
The response of the sheriff.
I got you something.
Oh, really? Hey, get away from me. Get any closer. Get any closer. Okay. Really? Really?
Dude,
Get away from me with that cupcake. That bullshit.
come on, man.
Hey, just so y'all know, I just want to remind you, Trump will be your president for the next 4 years. I know it doesn't sit very well with you, but that's exactly why Trump just got elected to another term.
Keystone, man.
Y'all are corrupt as you can be.
Keystone.
Corrupt as you can be.
You're so angry. What you angry about,
I'm
man?
pissed off y'all violated my fucking rights.
Man, come on.
And if that's been you that's been driving by Weiss family's house, you better fucking stop it, Scott.
Really? I've been driving my way.
It's been a black truck that's been driving by and stopping outside of the house.
Be careful now. You'll be back in my house here.
You're the one stalking me if that's you. I said if that's you.
You ain't
I said if that's you.
No, sir. Alan just heard you say it with me coming by your house. Be careful.
No, I said if that was you. I got it on live stream.
Be careful. I'm
Threaten
not
me
done.
again.
I want
Y'all
you
are
to
corrupt
back
as a
up.
son of a bitch. Man, shut the Hey, I got what I needed. I got what I needed. The sheriff, okay, I needed a Q&A. I needed answers as to why y'all are obstructing justice. Y'all are refusing to comply with a FOIA request as you've got to. Y'all are just, y'all are, look at this. Look at this.
Why you angry?
What? Okay, why did you threaten my wife with arrest for obstruction of justice if she changed the password on my Facebook or email?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You calling her a liar?
You should come.
You calling her a liar?
You should come to the front door.
Are
and
you
talk
calling
to
her a
the sheriff
liar?
Like a man.
Look.
You should
A
come to
lot
the front
of
door and talk to
the
sheriff like a
officers
man.
out here are great, I'm sure. But you know what? Their corrupt leadership is going to be the downfall of them. Their corrupt leadership is going to be the downfall of all the good officers.
Come to the front door and make an appointment and talk to the sheriff instead of ambushing.
See you, Sleepy.
See?
And y'all see what I'm talking about? That's the bullshit I'm having to deal with. Trying just to get the information needed to vindicate myself. Hey, we'll sit out here and do this for an hour if you want to. Is that right? Because the sheriff has gone to all extents to avoid me and not answer a damn question, such as why you're not complying on a federal records request. Y'all are a joke. Hey, I hope you enjoy prison, okay? Because I'm telling you, Parchment is waiting. There's a nice 10 by 10 cell for both of you. Is that right? There's a 10 by 10 cell that's already decked out ready for y'all. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Timmy, why don't you come on over here? You were the start of everything back at May 1st. Come on over here, Timmy. Quit cowering behind the bush. Quit cowering behind the bush, Timmy. Come on. Y'all are the biggest joke I've ever seen in my life. Hey, Timmy. Arrest me May 1st, 2017. This is why, okay, this is where the chain of events happened. This is where the chain of events started. Timmy Pruitt making an arrest, an unconstitutional arrest, May 1st, 2017. Because I was standing in front of the statue, the Confederate statue, on county property. Wasn't bothering anybody. I wasn't loud. It was me by myself. I was holding the state flag of Mississippi. And he pulls up asking if I had a permit to be there. Being a Marine Corps veteran that took an oath to uphold and defend our Constitution, the hell do I need a permit for? I'm on public property. So I told him I had the First Amendment. He said, "You don't have a permit issued by the city, you got to go." I said, "Why do I have to go?" He said, "Because you're going to go to jail if you don't." I was recording this video. I said, "All right, I'm going to leave. I'm going to take this video straight to my attorney. You don't have the right to threaten me with my First Amendment rights." I had a few select words to say about the city of Oxford and their sham requirement that was unconstitutional. Because one person is not a protest, regardless. One person is me standing there on public property holding the state flag of Mississippi that the city decided to drop. Timmy Pruitt wasn't wearing his badge. I guess he had fallen asleep with his feet kicked up on his desk eating a box of donuts and got a call from some disgusting that there's a conservative that's out on the square. I'm scared to death. He's got a state flag and a gun on his hip. And Timmy Pruitt, I took about 7 steps off. I turned around to ask him what his badge number was. What his badge number was, folks, because you can clearly see his uniform looks a little empty in that video. No badge on it. I asked him what his badge number was. That infuriated him. And he said, "All right, you're under arrest." And he charged at me. And I was in motion. See, first of all, permit required to protest policy, it states that while standing still. Well, I was in motion. I was moving as I asked him what his badge number was. The fact that he made himself look so stupid He let his emotions get the best of him, and he placed me under arrest. That video went viral on top. They picked it up. I didn't even send it to them. They picked it up. Made the city and the county look horrible. They had to put Timmy Pruitt on administrative leave. Look, I just looked at the comments right here, okay? I've been harassed just for simply trying. I don't have an attorney helping me. I have no law enforcement agencies tasked with preventing this type of stuff that are helping me. So you're damn right I'm infuriated. I'm infuriated. Our Constitution has been chiseled away. You've got corrupt acting law enforcement supervisors that are refusing to comply with public records requests because they don't want the truth coming out. They know I have a week and a half left until the statute of limitations runs. They don't want that information to leak. Even to say so much as who was behind that call. Like, what's wrong with America? What's wrong with any of you on this live stream that actually can step in for 1 second and say that what those officers did, the way they themselves just now, was okay? To say that I shouldn't have been absolutely irate, that you wouldn't be absolutely irate if in the quest to vindicate yourself, something that you'd already gathered proof to 100% claim, to know from the beginning that you were innocent. What makes an officer any different than a citizen? It's the citizens that pay the tax or the salaries. I'm not hate bashing all officers. In fact, I've said the opposite. That I believe that there are a lot of good officers in there, and that it's the corrupt ones that are twisting the hand, twisting the wrist, and putting them at risk. By way of do it or get reprimanded for it, for not doing it. Even if it's constitutionally protected activity. I'll be the first to say, I could have handled that without getting as upset as I was. But you have no idea. These people know that my daughter is still being held from me. That this was a political plot to elect a female Democrat. That there has been a black truck that's been driving by our house and even stopping in the road outside of our house. These same supervisors allow leftists to commit and get away with crimes on a daily basis. And instead of, I love Trump! Trump just got elected to another 4 years. Thank you. It's just an atrocity. We need to evaluate as a whole society and where it's gone to. Are you happy with it? Are you happy that history is being torn up right in front of your eyes? Are you happy that your constitutional rights, your unalienable rights, that are afforded to you by the United States Constitution, are being trampled upon? That the Constitution is being steadily chiseled away? Because the first time that any constitutional right is tossed to the side and looked at as not important, well, that's the very moment that all are looked at as not important. Precedents. Established precedents is what this is about. The liberals didn't stop when they took when they got Colonel Reb stripped from Ole Miss. They didn't stop when they got the state flag from the city of Oxford. And at the end of the day, it's about protecting what we have, the freedoms that we enjoy in America. So that's what my point is, Dennis. I enjoy living in a free nation. I enjoy living in a nation that's governed by the Constitution. I enjoy all the rights afforded to us as citizens by the Constitution. What I don't enjoy is where society is headed today. How a city and its decision-making powers and its law enforcement enforceability are governed down partisan lines. Political party lines. Got law enforcement that protect people because they're identified leftist that want to change society. And you got them framing innocent Americans, conservatives, that take a stand to protect our society. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Even the courts in this city go down partisan lines and rule accordingly. You got judges that meet with investigators behind closed doors prior to a trial even starting. You clearly have judges that will take an attorney at their word without clearly reading an injunction order, restraining order, to see how it's even crafted up. And then when the time comes, okay, to show that the judicial scale is weighted evenly, they turn their back, they neglect, and they refuse to act, refuse to comply. I'm going to tell you about what happened real quickly, because right before I came over here to the Sheriff's Department, I was over at the Chancery Court building. I was there because my wife and I, about a couple weeks ago, we were both set to start a new employment opportunity to get some money coming in. You know, my ex is taking $600 a month for child support for a child that she has weaponized the court with by help of attorneys, crooked attorneys. And my residual income that has steadily dwindled down over the last 3 years, dwindled down to very, very little. I worked hard for this money, came in, I built a national sales force with a company about 7 years ago. That I left back in 2017. And there was somebody that needed my help in growing a business. Business development is my specialty, marketing is my specialty. He had a business that he started less than a year ago. Set me up an office to come in and really boost this thing off the ground. I was there for not even a day after setting the office up. Please tell me y'all go by the Constitution and find it important. I know that there are good officers there. That's what I'm not out here saying that police are bad and hey, I support y'all. All right? I just know that there's a lot of corruption that goes on at this very department. Yvette, you are bringing up a mute point, okay? I love it. I love it whenever y'all start coming on. You want to start making skin color a point of contention, like I don't know. You never experienced slavery. In fact, your parents and your grandparents probably didn't experience slavery either. And you actually have the audacity to bring skin color up, like it's something that is a reason for somebody getting shot. What, should I say that because I was white, I was framed on a political crime? Your point is not there, okay? And I'll tell you another thing. The problem with society and trying to usher in this fake narrative about skin color and things in the past that nobody in their family that's alive today has ever experienced. The problem is you're injecting skin color into it when it's not needed. If you're my friend, I have friends that, you know, are black, white, Mexican. If you're my friend, you're my friend. You're not my black friend, you're not my white, you're not my Mexican friend. You're my friend. There are way more white people that get killed by police every year. Way more. Way more. In fact, there's not even a comparison to be made. Now, I could understand if it was the other way around, and if every day police were going out and specifically targeting black people and gunning them down like it was a hunting match. Yeah, if that happened, then I would say you're right. But the fact is, that's not happening. More white people are getting killed every day or every year. It's not an issue of skin color. There are bad cops out there. George Floyd was killed by a bad cop. It wasn't, you know, what his intentions were, I don't know. But I'll say that there are Black Panthers that go out and they target white people. There are Black Lives Matter people that go out and they target white people. What's up, Dukes? Y'all are feeding right into the narrative that they want you to feed into. Okay? You saw an example today of clearly some corrupt law enforcement officers, some bad cops. I'm sure, given the opportunity, would love to gun me down. But there, generally speaking, there are two reasons why somebody gets shot by the police. Well, either that person was acting like an ignorant ass, doing something stupid, threatening the officer, okay, like with a weapon, and they deserve to get shot. If you're seriously trying to, you know, shoot at a officer, whatever, pull a weapon out, you're probably asking to get shot. Or if they commit a crime, like kill somebody else, and they pose as a threat because of that. Those are two. The other one, well, the cop's just a corrupt bastard. Okay? And there are many of those, folks. There are many of those out there, and that's why it's important okay, to make sure, like me, I had a reason to be out here. I had a reason because my statute of limitations is running out. I can prove beyond all reasonable doubt that Sheriff has, yeah. So, I mean, I know, I don't see the rest of that, Latoya, okay, to see what you wrote beyond where it says show more. But I even said it on this live stream. Can y'all hear me? But I even said it on this live stream that there are good officers at this department. In fact, I know the majority of them at this department are good officers. I'm not out here saying all of them are corrupt. That is not my place. Because I know they're good officers. I know that same thing goes. What do you know? Isn't that a coincidence? They set the car alarms off to drown me out. Uh-oh. Sheriff's cars too. I'm over here trying to talk good about the majority of the department. And me just trying to simply, hold on. So me just simply trying to gather evidence to figure out when the Sheriff's Department, through a FOIA request, admitted that May 24th, that, wow, they are setting every siren off. They said on a FOIA request that they had received a call on May 24th. I just want to know who made the call. I want a complete investigation. And when the FBI and when the U.S. Attorney's Office won't help, the FBI won't help because the FBI clearly played a part in it, because there's a 302 from with them the day before my arrest to discuss a death threat that was made on me at the time, that was sent to me by my ex, okay, that she knew that somebody who had intent on killing me. And I met with them and showed them the text messages, screenshots, let them know that there was an injunction that was taken out intentionally on me by the Tannehills by way of barring me from the June 6th Board of Aldermen meeting, which I was slotted for the board minutes on. There's a local voice article that shows that. I printed it out, I've saved it. It shows that I'm set to speak and address the board about the state prove their innocence. And why the FBI is not producing that would vindicate them, prove their innocence. And why the FBI is not producing. They're not even responding to the FOIA request. I've called them 4 different times. Field office, Jackson, freaking whatever the 540 area code is, wherever their headquarters is. They can't find the damn thing in their database. When I sat down with 2 field officers, or two agents at their field office, May 25th to discuss the death threat. Why is justice, why is truth hard to find in this city? Why are they so ass backwards to how it should be? To try to intentionally frame an innocent man and try to keep him from vindicating himself. Hence the reason for riding with the Outlaw. You guys just helped me make a movie. Okay? If you don't want to comply with me, that's fine. I'll tape your refusal to comply, even though it's mandated. Who's this guy? I'll just tape the response. It's a mandated requirement to comply with a federal records request. Records request. And I'll gather the proof that I have. And then I'll just file a lawsuit in federal court and subpoena the document. Have a federal judge subpoena the proof. And if you destroy it, well, there's a legal precedent for that as well, that the court has to lean on the side of the person bringing the action, me. Has to look at it like the evidence that disappeared would have been the most favorable to me. So if it's not, so if the fact is that it's not by the mayor or her husband, or if it's not the case that no call actually was made, even though you put it in a report, Lafayette County. You said that Jared Bundren received this call on the 24th. I wanted to come live and show you that. Thanks for riding along with me. You've been riding with the Outlaw. My name is Matt Reardon. Be sure you need to produce that call. Requested it before it even hit the 3-year mark. So don't even try to pull a 3-year. We erase things after 3 years. No, you got the request before 3 years even hit. And it's very clear that they're hiding something. They don't want the truth to come out.